No brother left behind. No, 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 no. Born in the heat, raised in the grind, different minds, same bloodline. We talk loud, stand tall, make noise. Build this bar, no fake boys, no right. Through the rain, still got your back. Same last name. When I fall, we don't run. Two kings, one son, we don't fall. We ignite, power surging through the night. Stronger together, wired tight. We ride or die. Now that's alright. No brother left behind. No fear, no rewind. This is blood and lightning. You throw the spark, I light the flame. Every scar just fuels the name. When the noise gets loud, we roar. Raw brotherhood built to endure. With the chaos and the calm, metal hearts and open palms. If the world tries to break the line, we fuse again, electrify. We don't fall, we ignite. Power surging through the night. You fall, oh brother. You fight, Philip and Justin storm divine. Two souls, one spine. Yeah, we burn bright. Unbroken, the line. No brother left behind. Yeah.
Why, hello there.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is William Rochelle, but you can call me Bill. And welcome to this edition of Brother Talk. And actually, I forgot my Brother Talk banner. If anyone remembers, yesterday I had breaking news and I said I was going to host my brother. And then I said, sorry, guys, you can't host my brother. Brothers can't host each other. So I am co-hosting with my brother. How do you like the intro?
Hey, where'd you get them pictures, man? That was good stuff.
I turned you into a lion.
Okay, man. I got the lion ring on right now.
Right? Like, we're just going to do it. We're going to
Yeah,
do
that
it.
was,
Go ahead.
to answer your question, I loved it.
Good. Good. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. It was great, man. I'm still having Thanksgiving.
You still eating the same food?
Nah, not so much. We kind of chopped it down to turkey salad, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Phyllis make good turkey salad. So
you're now at the turkey salad stage of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Right. We just kind of broke it up.
Right.
And instead of the ham, a ham sandwich or scrambled eggs with ham, omelet,
You really are you still getting through Thanksgiving. I love you so much, and I miss talking to you.
Love you too.
One of the things, I really want to point out is I love everybody, but there's certain things right now because of me trying to regain my footage where I just need like silence. So it's not that I don't want to reach out to you every day. It's just I'm trying to work through all of this, and there's a lot going on, from the health insurance to the job to everything, and dealing with it all at once is almost like a crushing blow. So
Right.
thank you for being supportive, and I love you. But you basically, okay, let me go back, everybody. So my brother is wonderful. and he is supportive, and he 100% stands by me. Now, my brother also is a co-host on Brother Talk, but he doesn't want the producer duties. So,
no.
but you did.
I don't have to be a co-host. If I can give up being co-host, I'm not going to be a producer. I'm not doing that, man.
You did it today.
Well, I mean,
you got the guest. You set it up. You took that piece off.
Well, the guest is actually family, so that don't count.
Yeah, it all counts. It all counts.
Okay.
And we're about to bring her up. The first time I met Phoebe was at your second, well, technically your third, but your second wedding to your wife. So Philip and Phyllis got married, and then they were married for like 2 or 3 years, I think. And then you went.
No, we got married, and then the following year we had just a bigger wedding.
Yeah. So you were already married, but this time she got to walk down the aisle, and we had that big,
right.
The big beautiful wedding that you guys had. And I just remember Phoebe just dancing her ass off. I mean, just a dancer. I remember that. And then I also remember me being at work and her showing up and me like, oh, hey, but there was like a million things going on. So sorry, Phoebe, didn't mean to, be, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to bring you up right now. You ready? Does she know how to talk?
Yeah, bring her on. There she is.
There she is. What's up, girl? I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now, Miss Podcast Host.
Okay. Thanks for having me on Brother Talk today. I love the intro too. That was raw. I really like that.
Yeah. And
I like
it was
the animation of you two and a lion. You turn Phil into a lion. That was dope.
You know I'm a lion, Phoebe. You know that.
So, Philip, when you watch this on the big screen on your television later on today, first of all, that animation of me and you as superheroes is fire.
That is fire.
It is fire. And when I saw it like big on the TV, because I just, do you do this too, Phoebe? I'm talking on my podcast, but I cast it over to my television.
I do it sometimes, especially when I'm presenting to like educators. I do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I use that as a barometer that we're still live and everything is still fine, but it looks so dang on good on the television. So check it out later. So what about them? What that's if you don't mind, Sir Rochelle, if I can speak to Phoebe for a second, do you mind?
That's why we got her on, bro.
Okay. So what's your podcast about?
Okay, so my podcast is called Spontaneous, hosted by Phoebe Mack, and my slogan is "You never know what we'll be talking about or what we'll be doing." So you can
we're in the same thing.
Oh yeah,
you be you, and me are the same thing. Are you in Substack?
Yep. So what you'll find me in the street. You'll find me at a firehouse. You'll find me at a black-owned restaurant. You'll find me on the couch interviewing folks.
All right. So this is what we're going to do, Phoebe. Slow down, sister. We got an hour. Slow it down. So the first thing we got to do is you and I need to get connected on Substack.
We should.
Absolutely. Right now, today. And then what we'll do, because my show is spontaneous too. So I have breaking news, which is really spontaneous, right? And then I have the Bill and Serenity moment. That's 15 minutes of just me and a friend of mine from 30 years ago that haven't talked. And then she's reminding me of how I was 30 years ago. And it's kind of funny because like at one point I said, why you lived in LA, why was Disneyland an overnight trip? And she said they didn't have all the freeways back then. Like, oh, how old am I now?
Right.
So it's a very funny show and it's good to watch. And I will definitely include you in my breaking news segment. And what I do is that's just a real quick, like a 10-minute spot. It's not a podcast. It's me going on by myself. But you and I can pop up in the streets whenever you want.
Let's do it.
And tag me. And I'll be like, oh my God, what's going on?
Let's make it happen.
Or how did that food taste? Or, why, how, first of all, how is Chicago?
Chicago right now, it's a lot of snow, right?
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
with all of, so keep in mind, whenever you're in another state, you're looking at global news. And
Yep.
so they're telling us ICE is in Chicago and they're just taking people out the cars and it's terrible. Have you noticed any of that?
Yes. I have a friend who they shut his block down and went into some people's homes and just snatched them all out there. And it was crazy. And I have some friends, even if you go on like Facebook or all the social media page, if you even look like, we're color people, we come in all shades, right? And it'll be citizens of the United States of America getting harassed. And so it's like, how do you put a cap on this? How do you really do, like, okay, you're ICE and you have a job to do, but is that how you do your job? Is that written in law to just go and disrespect people, mishandle people, harass people? I mean, literally put hands on people. I don't think that that's a part of the job. I mean, I've never had that job, but it's crazy. So I couldn't imagine it happening to me, especially with me knowing law and things like that. First of all, you're not supposed to be trusting me, slamming me, pushing me, and doing all those things. So that's a part of what's going on here. I know you guys heard about and I'm quite sure you probably have this on your list, the little kids that jumped on the mother.
I heard about that.
You're on mute.
Me?
I hear my auntie in back there. Hey.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, all right.
So did you hear my question? Did you guys hear about that?
I heard about it.
I heard about it too, and I literally thought it was a joke. And after I found out it was real, and people described it to me, I didn't want to watch it. But I forward things all the time. Like I'm always forwarding things, and I don't think half the country realizes what's actually happening in America. People don't want to talk about politics. People don't want to talk about, we're giving more money to other countries than we're giving to feed our own. None of this is making sense. Why are we bombing Venezuela? I mean, you and I, when we go on our Substack, we'll talk all the crap we want. Because I can be more raw on Substack than I can. This is being streamed on LinkedIn, YouTube, Substack, and Instagram. So, I'm being respectful to my LinkedIn community.
All right.
And also letting you know that it will be, I don't have a filter on Substack. I have a little bit of filter on here, but I got Philip here, so there's no filter period on the show. So
I think you got to have a perfect balance. And okay, you can we all can be self-aware, but we also can be real. And what's going on in the world is what's going on in the world now. And a lot of things can't be hidden like they used to be due to the fact that we have all these social media outlets and platforms, right? So yeah.
So how do you feel as a Black woman that, and guys, this is just true. We're not starting in crap, but Black women said, I'm not doing this no more. They're like, we didn't vote him in, so y'all take him out. And the truth behind the protest, and I want people to understand this, because I hear a lot of people saying, where's the Black community? Where's the Black community? If we went out there, they would say it's Antifa. This is your fight.
Okay.
We didn't do that. And Black people are out there fighting. We've always fought.
I was gonna say, first of all, we always around, we're always there. Two, I think the mass majority of where are we is retired. We took off our cape. We do a lot of the fighting for a lot of the rights, and then everybody jump on the bandwagon. Right? But when we need the help, where are everybody else? Where's the community? Where's the togetherness like that? And I mean, everybody know historically, statistically, the Black woman is the least protected. So as a Black woman, I feel like, yeah, I can sit back, take my cape off, and watch everything unfold because you guys met that hate with hate, and now you're receiving that hate back. That's how I look at it, right? You know, but am I wishing anything on anyone? No. But I'm unapologetically saying I'm putting my cape up for my son, for my family, you know, for the people that immediately need me, that I take care of. Because if Iceman was to come and grab me, no one would assist me.
Right.
Do you see what I mean?
I
That's
do.
fair.
I
Okay.
do. I 100% do. It's my feeling, and a feeling is an emotion. It's not fact. It's my feeling that after this, we're going to come back together more united, and people will understand what the Black community has gone through. Because they're going through it right now. They're the ones on food stamps. They're the ones on unemployment. They're the ones who are getting it, and they are in the streets. And y'all can't take a year of this, and we've been dealing with it for like 40, 50 years. And remember, guys, there's a narrative out there that is 100% false, and I am here to defend it. So I'm not going to get into anybody's pocket, but my brother and his wife retired very well. They sold their home, they downsized, they can do whatever they want, they can travel, and they lead a very charmed life, and they also have a very, 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 very skilled child that they have both, which is a great combination of both of them, because too much of anything it's a balance. It's him and her, and I will allow my brother to say his name on television. I mean, on a live stream. I don't do that to children, but you know, he's not on government cheese. It never has been. You were talking about, and if you are on government cheese, God bless you. I mean, right now I need government cheese. I mean, things are not normal. So, like that's not the point. The point is, you know, I've been a CEO, COO. You know about the law. You know, you have your own podcast. You're in the streets. You are basically a reflection of who we are, but not how they describe us.
Right.
And
I mean, I come from some very humble beginnings. I come from
all of us do.
I come from Cabrini Green housing projects.
Yep.
I feel like the government should assist its own people. If it can assist other countries, it should assist its own people, but not at the guise of, okay, we could be together but separate too. Like I understand that, right? But we don't have to the hate part for me. The hate part for me, like you guys voted for a person out of hate, but then you see how that hate did you. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like I've seen videos of like struggling poor white women. It's like what's happening to them because of this. Like they want to feed their children too, right? So, but in a sense, that same person, if you look, you can go down the rabbit hole, was hollering Trump this and Trump that and what this, and now you're hollering help feed my kid. You know what I mean?
Keep preaching. I'm not gonna stop. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm just saying, make that make sense, right? 1 + 1 is 2, not 1 + 1 is 5. So that's
I didn't do really good in math, BB. I don't know if they told you.
I mean, but you know the basics. I mean, that's basics. But you can't back common sense either. So I don't know. I just feel like this should be at this point, because according to the original question, even put me to the side and Black women to the side. At this point, what are you guys going to change now that you're seeing what's being done to your own people too? Because you could be Black, white, Hispanic, or whatever. Poor is poor in this country.
Poor is poor, and you know what they've done, and they've done a great job at this. They've created our narrative, and we need to take it back. And when I say they, it doesn't mean it's not a race. It's right now a I don't even know what to call it because it's not organized. It's crazy. But they've divided us by race. They've divided us by color within the race. And so the United States is divided, and there's more people in our class system than there are billionaires. And why are people, and I'm going to ask, I don't know how to ask you this because it won't make any sense, but I will anyway. Why are people voting against their own interest? Why would a woman vote for Donald Trump or any Republican, and they're taking all of their stuff away? I'll let you answer that. I'm gonna mute myself because I know you're gonna go.
I mean, you asking me to answer for other people's brains and thinking that I can't. I can't I'm gonna be honest. I can't speak for them with that because.
Right answer.
I mean, you know, our beginners we come from. We're gonna make sure we do what we need to do for ours in our neighborhoods and community. First of all, our homes and our household. So why would I go? I'm gonna just give an example to the people out there. You and I live across the street from each other. We share the same light pole that come on at 8 o'clock, right? Let's just say our parents, this is me giving just a scenario. Our parents work at the same job. They get up at the same time. They get us ready to go to school at the same time. They go to work. We come from school. They come from the school. We on the same block. How could you vote for, and we need the same exact things. Like I said, poor is poor no matter what color you are. We live on the same block. We on the same boat. We row on the same boat, however you want to say, and you still will look at me because of your skin tone versus my skin tone and vote with that skin tone, and then voila. That's all I'm saying, right? Do that make sense?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. So I can't answer a question for people who literally voted for that just based off race or skin tone because it doesn't make sense.
I think when you deal with politics, kind of piggybacking on what Phoebe said, but getting just a little bit deeper into it, if I'm a big time politician, I gotta have pawns and people that I gotta con and manipulate them to think that the boogeyman is our enemy.
And we've been made the boogeyman.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So
always.
And so you'll be all right. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. Even though I'm not gonna take care of them, but just to get that W, I'm gonna convince them that no matter what, the boogeyman is who we're after. And I think a lot of that is what's going on. And then you come to find out that, you've been lied to.
Right.
And that's been going on. And I'm not going to get into the deep part about it, but that's been going on through the age of time. Now, one thing I know about race, and again, I'm gonna be on this level with it. Some people don't think they poor, and that's a problem too.
Well, it's not about poor though, Phil. And can you hold that thought for a second? Because I want to answer somebody's question. Do you mind?
Absolutely.
Write it down, Philip. I want to go back to this. So, what keeps your bond strong even when you disagree? Thank you very much for that question. That is a great question because the bond has not been as strong as it is right now. It's gotten stronger as we've gotten older, and there are childhood issues I needed to get over. I can't speak for him, and we learned how to become friends. And the other part is if you watch the opening video, my brother several times has done this. So what keeps our bond strong even when we disagree? I don't disagree with him. So I just don't. And I know he'll protect me from anything, but I'm like at a certain point, and if he gets mad, it's like, okay, I'm shutting up. Like done.
Nah, what my opinion of it is, what keep my bond with you as brothers strong is that number one, you the older brother, I'm the younger brother, but I think now we share more of a common ground. You know, when we was growing up, you was into doing what you was doing over here, and I was into doing what I was doing over here. And through time, as we matured and grown, you know, we kind of mellowed out, kind of came together, and know how important it is for brothers to be in each other's lives in a mutual way.
Absolutely. And that go for sisters too, you know, any set of siblings, I believe. Like, as you get older, you're right, you have a common ground, but it's not the point of disagreeing, it's just how you disagree too, with the level of respect and understanding for each other. That's it.
And also, as a child, you don't have the tools to work things out. And I believe that Phil and I have had, we just know right now, all right, we're going to disagree on this one. Let's just let it go for right now. And then we just come back to, like, the next day, just talk about something else, because it's not worth harboring on something that we know we're going to disagree on. And, or, because at one point, Phil, you don't have to, I think, okay, at one point I was at your house and you were like celebrating Trump. You were like, he's great. And if I was president, I'd do the same thing.
Nah, listen, man. Listen.
That was
what I was doing. No, cuz hold on. What I was doing was I was messing with y'all, man. I was messing with y'all because everybody who come against Trump talking crazy, and I know you set me up for this, but everybody who talking against Trump, it ain't no sense of talking. It is what it is. Trump is a straight gangster, and unless you're gonna do something about it, then this is what it's gonna be. That's what I was saying, is that how many men, I'm speaking for myself, how many men, because I deal with a lot of rough individuals, and I know sometimes I gotta let them know, look, this is how it is. If I could, I'd cut your head off in front of everybody right here and have this guy put it on your doorstep. Now, that's just the way certain men roll. Where am I going with this? Is that I respect that part of what's going on, but I also know that that's by design. And as long as the United States is the way it is now, we doing all this talking, we can't do nothing about that. But the man I don't know. In other words, I'm gonna break it down plain and simple. I don't know no man that if they could get away with something, do and say anything and basically get away with it, then they will operate like that. Now, on the flip side of that, we gotta operate. On the flip side of that, we have to operate in integrity. But I mean, come on, man, everybody ain't operating in integrity.
You know that whole Trump segue and the disagreeing and brother and you support. I just feel like this: money and power. You know what I'm saying? And
money, power, respect.
Yeah,
don't forget that respect.
But Trump don't respect nobody.
and I don't understand how people respect him. So I'm going to.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people respect that food. Now, again, I don't listen. What I'm saying is, with my personality, if I give one person a pass, I got to sit 6 people down. Now, y'all figure that out.
I feel like to just disagree just because too sometimes, just to ram things up.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
You don't feel, cuz, me and Phil, when we get together, we always have a good time, but we bump heads a lot. Me and Phil, boy, I be having to just like, come on now, Phil, but he do it on purpose, just sort of conversations and the jokes and the fun, just keep going. You know how your brother is.
Hey, you know why I do that?
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why I do it. Because, like I just said, the way I operate, I gotta find better ways to do it. And what better way to operate than find powerful people and pick their brain and push their buttons and say, okay, I need to use that over here in my life. That's why I do that. if I didn't respect you, if I wasn't trying to learn from you, I wouldn't be going there with you because it'd be a waste of time. So Phoebe, every time it might feel like I'm disagreeing with you, that's because I want you to give it all to me. Give me everything you got. Because at the end of the day, I'm listening to 95% of what you're saying, what you're telling me.
Okay, what you doing with the other 5%?
I'm probably gonna roll it up and smoke it. I'm probably gonna roll it up and smoke it.
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
Do you?
See what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, do I smoke?
I'll eat a gummy. I mean, but
nah, she just asked me. She just asked me, what am I gonna do with the other 5%? And I said, roll it up and smoke it.
Right.
Right. He's basically saying it's blowing smoke up people's ass.
No.
That's all he's saying.
So I'm lost in this conversation. This is why I said I am not hosting my brother.
Okay, not at all. Because Phil does have no filter. You need a segment, Phil, no filter.
I know. You know what I want him to have.
Hey, but now that 95%, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna do a triple stack. I'm running with that.
I mean, I can understand that you picking the brain of others and learning and pushing buttons, but in a respectful context and just, learning. 100%. You got a question up there that says, what's the hardest conversations you've ever had with your brother? That's on YouTube.
Okay.
Don't make me come on here and start taking over. I mean, I do got to kind of.
No, Phoebe, that's actually great. I was waiting for Phil to stop talking so I can go to the question. David, I will not give the specifics of the hardest conversations that we've had.
Yeah,
we've had several. I can tell you the most recent is because I called him up like in tears, like just maybe 8 months ago, and I was like, I can't take this anymore. It's like it's too much, and it was as all your worlds at once kind of just combine, and you're just like, I'm sending my resume everywhere. People are telling me to sell my house. It's putting more pressure on me, so now I'm drinking more, and I'm, I just need the world to just stop while I figure this out because it's happening so fast, and I was literally like, when I say I'm not embarrassed. You be you means this happened. I'm not going to go into the specifics, but I'm not afraid to say it. So the first person I called was my brother, and I was walking around my block, and I couldn't even catch my breath because I was like, just life, and I haven't actually, it's just been rough, and I don't like to say that because I've led such a charmed life, and right now, in this moment, it is still charmed because I have a lot of great people around me, but I don't like my destiny to be on,
on the edge,
on shaky ground. Yeah. Nobody wants that, and I've always had a surplus of cash in the bank, and I've always, and then, between, 2009 when the government tanked and the COVID thing. And then now, he's sorry, but this is great for LinkedIn, by the way, guys. But do you know he's not releasing job reports or the GDP and has not because it's so bad. And the people that don't feel it don't care, but you will when it affects you.
Yeah,
that's why. And tomorrow's show is going to be really good. It's about women's rights and equal rights. And we're going to go, it's with Leslie Flowers, and Leslie and I will go live at 4 p.m. tomorrow, guys. And we're just going to talk about it. And Leslie is someone, most of the time, just like today, Phoebe, I don't talk to my guests before they come on because I like authentic conversations. So we've never had a conversation, but in listening to her talk, I'm like, this woman has a ton of history, and she knows what the march was about. And so that's what the show is going to be about tomorrow. And then we're going to do a show on autism, because I did a show last week and my biggest question was about autism. Okay. Because the guy on the show is on the spectrum, and you would never know.
No, my son lives. He I don't say have autism. I say they live with autism. He's on the spectrum, and we're still learning about it. And a lot of people are not aware. So I'm definitely interested in that show.
That show is going to be built around you.
All right.
So
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's cause awareness. Let's get some networking done with people and wherever they are in their states. Have some family groups and supports, because a lot of single mothers have it harder than like me. Like my son has his mom and his dad. But imagine just a single parent or a mother or father.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Stop for a second. Could you repeat that?
I said a lot of single mothers and or fathers that have children that's on the spectrum. It's hard for them out here. So awareness.
However, your son, what?
Oh, however, my son has his mother and father.
Okay, stop for a second. And Phil.
Yeah.
Phil, can you hear me? And your son has what?
Change the narrative, mother and father. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, brother talk. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, see, guys, everybody is not a single mom,
right?
and everyone's not a deadbeat dad,
right?
So let's change that narrative.
Yes,
right.
And these are Black people. I mean,
and like you said, you live the charmed life, and things get hard, but you know how to handle it. Everybody's not going to fall off the deep end during these trying times that the government and, like you say, that 1% of the rich don't care about what life is down here. I did see something interesting, and this was the question was, how do you guys handle the conversation? And you said you handled it well. You was able to reach out to your brother and talk, but that was a segue just to even into this, because you said you were having some troubles, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that? Like a lot of you, because you felt emotional, but a lot of men, and since you guys invited me on the Brother Talk show, how do you guys deal with that? Like, you were humble enough to call your brother, but a lot of men, y'all bundle up, y'all bottled inside. Y'all don't cry. Y'all think it's not okay to cry. Y'all are self-aware yet hidden at the same time.
Let me answer that.
No, let me answer it.
No, I'm gonna answer it.
Let both you guys answer.
Okay. So I think why it's working is because I've always wanted a relationship with my brother. So with that, I'll let you say what you got to say.
See,
you understand where I'm going with that too, baby?
I don't deal with emotions very well, but that was very, very nice, Phil. I appreciate that, and I love you very much too.
Is that a man thing? Of course.
No, it's not. It's a hurt thing. It's a hurt.
Actually, a real man like myself, I don't mind emotions. It's just who I'm sharing my emotions with. I'm not gonna go out in the streets and be boo-hooing, because then that's when they trying to, cut my nuts off. You know what I'm saying? When they see that weakness. I already told you I deal with some rough characters.
Yeah.
But when I'm with my family, then I could say, now with that being said, as a king, as a lion, obviously
he's a lion from now on. Now that he got
obviously that I gotta focus on. Obviously, I gotta focus on hunting and providing more than my scars. But I know how to deal with emotions. But like I said, it's a difference between being sensitive and emotions. Because God gave us emotions. It's just you don't want to become sensitive.
Why not? What's wrong? What's wrong with having?
Because in the lifestyle that I live,
we live two different lifestyles.
Yeah. Because in my environment, if I'm operating in my emotions, so one emotion is rage.
I get that a lot, and I get that a lot more now than I did when I was younger.
So I can't. So I can't, everybody talk about emotions like it's all crying and soft. No, sometimes emotion is like, say something else. I told you.
Yeah. So you know what? That's a thing that I do under my foundation, the Can and Will Help Foundation. And if anybody's on here,
Go for that plug, Phoebe. Go ahead.
Shameless plug. Go and take my take your selfie. It's about SEL, being self-aware with your emotions. So SEL is social emotional learning. A lot of adults don't even have it. And so I have a professional development for teachers. SEL means social emotional learning.
But what does that? What does social emotional learning mean?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about it. So, say for example, like I just said, I started learning about that when I realized my son was living with autism, and I started learning a lot of times when they don't feel the emotions. Well, we're talking about these emotions. That's why it's social and emotional learning. You can say, for example, Phil just said it. He could be emotional, but it just may be with you or maybe his best partner. But socially out in the world, you know, rage is an emotion, but you have to be self-aware, know the difference of that. So say if you take module 1 of my SEL courses, that's going to talk about that. Being self-aware. You know, a lot of people live in anxiety and this and that. They're not even aware of those things. Not let alone they're not aware of it. How do they handle it? Who do they go to get help with? Some of them may need that medication. So it just gives you those tools. And now think about this. The reason why I give it to the teachers, because they're the teachers. They're teaching children in the classroom. A lot of them, some at once. Teachers need to have that for themselves, because how they going to give things to students that they may not have supports or even the tools or skills to utilize for themselves. So if you go on the Can and Will Help Foundation website, www.canwillhelpfoundation.org, and go take one of those courses and
But Bill, let me say this. Let me say this back to the question. I was looking for a relationship with my brother. I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, you said it. Give me 1 second. www what Phoebe?
Right here. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's in a private message.
Yep.
All right. Just put that in the comments. We'll keep it up. So we have 405 people watching us right now. Thank you very much to our YouTube family out there. Got one person over there on LinkedIn, and I am with now. Why do I have 2 of you? What's going on? Now there's 3 of her. I'm going to, which one should I remove? Are you there? All right, we're gonna, are you there? Phoebe? Okay, we'll wait for her to come back. Can you hear us? I can hear you. Okay, there you go.
There I go.
What the heck did you do? What did you do?
I don't know. It was triple time me, yay. But so I think I put in a private chat. So if you wanted to share on the chat with the people, and I already plug. But I think that's important, not only for brothers, siblings. Yeah. And so speaking of this conversation, we also talked about this. I'm quite sure some households talked about it. Even with the politics, I feel like our president is on a spectrum and then getting social emotional learning, and that's why he don't have any care. He don't know.
That could quite possibly be it. That could, but there's a level of evilness within him. It's just evil.
Yeah, I agree.
We're not talking about politics today, but I'm going to say this: how can you withhold food from people and send money someplace else? How can you take away someone's health care that needs it to save their life? And do you know how much that health care costs for people to have it? It would have been $37 billion, and he gave $40 billion to Argentina.
I was just going to say, he gave $40 billion to Argentina, but didn't want to feed your own people. Make that make sense.
It doesn't, and I think we sent $6 billion to Israel, but we're starving. Like, and guys, food insecurity in America is no joke.
It's an essential thing, right? It's essential. How do you expect your country to thrive if you're going to take away daily essentials like food and healthcare, and then expect you to expect most of Americans to send their children to school without these resources? Make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And then we're not investing in education. So what we've done is, and if you look at other countries, they are far more advanced than we are because they started educating their kids very, very early. You look at the China right now, their roads, their infrastructure, they're already in the future. And where'd they get all that money from? Apple. Apple did half of it. The United States did half of it. Walmart gets welfare Walmart gets welfare from America every single year in the billions and doesn't pay their employees enough so that they can eat, so that their employees are on food stamps, and so are our veterans.
And all the tax breaks. That's crazy. But all right,
anyway,
moving on.
Back to the autism part. Right. So I think I have the team. I think I have. So the reason why people were asking about autism so much is because one of my friends, Aaron Gibson, Soul Man Live, you should follow him too. Once you connect with me, I'm gonna connect you with them. But he expressed that he was on the spectrum, and so he has a whole team of people that are experts in the area and can tell you where to get resources and all this other stuff. And so that's why I wanted to kind of bring that all together and have you be a part of that.
That's going to be nice. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. He said he would, I think he said if he had the time, he would join, but he's done a lot for me this week. So, you know how, when you don't ask people for stuff, you don't really want to overburden them.
Yep.
But that's the show that I really want to do. And I'm thinking January, like the second week in January would be the best time to do it because people are getting back into their regular routine. They're done traveling and they spent all their money. So they're kind of like easing back in. But yeah, it's a definite yes if you're willing to do it.
Of course. Send the details. I'm on that.
All right. How do you balance being real with being respectful? So how
do you balance being real with being respectful?
Yeah, so we balance it, I think, very well. One of the things that Phil does that nobody else can do.
That's in his opinion.
No,
by the way,
that no one else can do is he will shut me down and say, "You need to let me finish." Like, okay. And then what I recognized is that I'm so used to having to defend myself that when he gets midway through the sentence, and he's like, "Let me finish." And it's very interesting because the part that I was going to stop you at was what about integrity? And as you got through your story, you ended up with, but where's the integrity? And so I'm like, okay, I just need to let you go. And so
here now, I don't know if these questions are just to you or if they to me.
No, they're to us.
I'm assuming that they to both of us.
Yes.
And to Phoebe. So how I do it is, if I want to be real, what's the question again? I got the real part.
How do you balance being real with being respectful of each other?
Okay, it's a key word. I could be real without being rude.
Indeed.
So first of all, I'm not gonna be. Anytime you going for something unique, like you two people are going for, that's something that I want to support, and it's very very powerful. So it's gonna be a lot of emotions and sometimes some tugging and pulling, but it's worth me putting the energy into it. Now it's the difference between being real and being negative. Like, as long as it's positive energy, then it shouldn't be disrespectful. But if it's a lot of foul language, if it's a lot of finger pointing, anytime, it's like a ladder. Anytime your voice goes up and I feel like I got to make my voice go up, now we got to pull over, turn the radio off, and have a talk. But that's how I'm able to be real without being disrespectful. Is my intentions are not to be rude.
There you go.
So you intentionally making sure that you can keep it real, but also on a level of respect.
I'm not going. Yeah, and you gotta realize something. With me, my time is extremely important. My time is money. So whenever I hook Phoebe up with my brother Bill, because you people are so dynamic, it's funny. It's very powerful. So I know the question was how do you but my point is that when you dealing with something like relationships, man, and you really love somebody, it's gonna be like this.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you let that other person know, hey, are we on the same page? Because when you on the same page, you would tolerate a little bit more.
Right.
And if you're making progress, you would tolerate. Right. But I just like to show everybody respect.
I also think I also believe that I had to open up to you about just my life and let you in. And so that changed a lot too. So
basically, the understanding, having some grace and understanding. That's hard a lot of times too, having grace and understanding. Well, you can have a talk, be real, and stay respectful. And then you guys got another great question here. It says, what advice would you give siblings who drifted apart?
We're going to throw that to you, Phoebe.
Okay. Sometimes a drift apart is important because maybe time and space is needed depending on how toxic or it had whatever happened that caused you guys to have to drift apart. However, somebody got to be the olive branch. I will say that somebody got to be the olive branch, be the one to be more willing to give grace and be that first person to take that step to forgive so that you can come back together as siblings. And that happens. That Cain and Abel thing, that happens everywhere in all cultures. And and it could be tough because the reason why you're feeling so hurt is because you love that person so hard.
I'm trying to figure out why Phil and I weren't. I'm trying to figure out what made the relationship go this way. Because we fought like our entire lives, up until even.
Fought. Like
yeah.
Almost Cain and Abel.
Yeah, and then we got closer when he started. Yeah, okay. We got closer when he got his first car, because I had my own apartment, so he would come over there because he couldn't go home because Phil was much more advanced than I was when it came to partying and all the other stuff than I was.
The street stuff.
All. Yeah. So he would come there, and he knew he could. It was very interesting, even though we fought.
Because y'all brothers, that's how it works.
Yeah. Another one. I'm going to give this one to Philip and Phoebe, and because right now, Damien, I don't feel grounded. I I feel like in this moment, I have a coach, Phil. You should
What's
be
the
happy about
question?
that.
What's the question?
So what helps you both, you two, stay grounded when life gets chaotic?
Phil, you go first. I'll answer after you. What helps you stay grounded when life gets chaotic?
I do a lot of praying and meditating. As you can see right now, I got this candle lit. And I got my if you can see that, can you see that?
No, we can't see it.
And then my wife just having a good relate. My home life is solid.
Okay, for me, same thing. To stay grounded, I look at my son, I start talking to him. Very smart kid, although he lives with autism. The love is just so different. And I'm like, the world should stay like that, right? But also, like Phil, I stay in prayer. I get my sage stick. I turn on some music. I go dance. I recall you remember me dance. I love dancing. I go down to my basement and turn the music on blast and I dance, okay? You know, you got to find those things that, like, what do you really love that take you out of that real life moment so that you could ground yourself, then get back to whatever's happening that's chaotic, that you can find some solutions. And I'm telling you that SEL, those modules, it work because it give you tools like that. Maybe you're not having, maybe your life chaotic because your schedule all over the place. Well, you need to know how to be self-aware and know how to manage certain things. You can't do 15 things today. Do 3.
It's so interesting, Phoebe, because I can hear you.
You see what I'm saying? So as humans in America, we just put so much stuff on ourselves, right? It's a trickle down thing. You know, you feel guilty when you didn't go to work, or, you know, you got fired from a job for no reason. You feel guilty about it. And we just put so much pressure on us, right? So to ground yourself, just take a moment, even if it's just 30 minutes. Go take a moment. If you like singing in the shower, whatever little thing you like doing. If you need to go get your feet rubbed, go to the shop and get your feet did. It's little simple stuff like that. Go cook.
Hey, but stay away from drugs, drugs and alcohol, thinking that that's gonna help ground you.
It's not.
So I'm gonna share this with you guys. I think I told Philip already, but about six weeks ago, I had a show, and I said I think I'm an alcoholic, and the reason why it was very hard for me to come to terms with is because I don't drink every day. So you think, oh, an alcoholic is someone who drinks every day. And it wasn't until it might be 8 weeks ago now. But I just drank for 4 days straight. I went to bed and then I woke up and I would make sure I had 2 bottles, right? So there'd be a bottle when I would go to sleep, and I'd have a bottle that I'd open when I woke up in the morning, and I would just pour it in and I would drink it. And there's this thing when you're doing everything that you can, and people don't understand, and they don't understand that you're struggling so hard to keep it together. And when I come on, because Phil and I, sorry guys, we have both very dynamic, big personalities. So you come on and it's just like, oh my God, this guy has it all together, which I do. I do, but not in this moment, right? In this moment, I need to get it together. In this moment, I need help. And so after that show, and I have not drank since, which is great. And I think Phil told me I even look better. A friend of mine gifted me a coaching session. And then when I had the coaching session, she said, I just want to help you, because she recognized how broken I am. So her name is Melissa Houston. She's on LinkedIn. And she started really, really small. And it's interesting what a coach actually does. So she said, look around you. What do you see? And I said, chaos. And she said, clean your house. She said, I want you to take pictures right now of the chaos. You don't need to send it to me. But once you're done with that area, I want you to send me the before and after pictures. And then she calls me first thing in the morning. Have you walked the dogs yet? Because literally I would walk the dogs to the front of the house. They pee and I come back in. What does that mean? It's depression, right? And last Friday, I walked 3 blocks up, me and Bruno, and we were at a Kool in the Gang concert. That's what's going on for free, 3 blocks up. We went 3 blocks this way. I'm at the marina. And, you know, so in the morning we went, there's all these things that I could be doing, but I've locked myself in this cage. I've put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm trying not to go into rage mode on people that are saying, sell your house. Go, why don't you have a job? Why don't you take a little job? Because you're trying. I'm not sitting here begging for anything. But I don't have anything. And it hurts when it hurts when the people that are most concerned for you think that I'm not trying hard enough. And I will tell you this, and I will send it to you. Aaron Gibson is a pretty big talent, and I'm proud to call him a friend. And on his show, Soul Man Live yesterday, before he even got started, he said, my friend William Rochelle is looking for a job. And I want everyone out there that can help him. He's the guy that gifted me the coach. Melissa Houston is now not only helping me get my personal life together, but she's sending me the jobs and saying, I think this would be good for you. Here's one. I have a connection here. And so the world, including my mother, who I know is praying for me every day, is out there with their arms trying to lift me up. And that's a heavy lift. And you have to walk by faith, not by sight, and understand that everything comes to you at the right moment. But it's sometimes hard to remember when you're in that moment. Does that make sense, Phoebe?
Make a whole lot of sense. You said when you need to be grounded. Recently, in your moment, you listened to your coach. You thought about the prayers that your mom have around you and your go-to people, and taking a walk where you can go see something different. That's what I heard.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Melissa Houston. And Melissa, would you tell them how the pictures today look that I sent to you? The before and after. Also, did you and I talk about the autism show? I don't remember if that was. I know I spoke to Aaron about it, but I don't remember if I spoke to you about it, Melissa. Is that my coach?
That's your coach. Go, coach. We need our coaches out here.
But it's
literally you have people that do this professionally. Like when you,
no, she is a professional coach. She
that's
charges.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have people. I'm telling like the audience. You have people out here that do this professionally. When you're in a chaotic moment, you need a little help. Do not be afraid to act. That's another thing I wanted to say, Bill. You were aware and you was open to it. So that's what's gonna get you out of that chaotic moment.
Absolutely. You know what? It's so funny. You and I, Phoebe, just like me and Phil, have different personalities. So you're the one that's going to get out there on the dance floor and just dance, and I am more like Philip is the more aggressive of the two brothers, of the three brothers. All of us, I think, are all of us. I think the three of us, I think we're all alphas, which is very, very interesting because we all. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm working with Melissa on a parent-focused autism show. So that was for you. Thank you, Melissa. Phoebe, I'm going to throw to you. Do you ever have those moments where you're going down a conversation and your mind just goes blank because you just read something else?
Yeah.
So I have no clue what I was talking about. So I'll hand it to you while I recoup.
You were talking about your coach being able to be aware the three personalities of your brothers.
Oh, we're all alphas. So both Justin and I have created our own lanes. He owns his own company. I've created a few companies. So we're not timid people, and Philip's always gone for what he wants. It's just, you would just assume that he was the only alpha. He's the major alpha. I mean, let's not get it wrong, but in our own rights, Justin and I are also in our world very, 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 very powerful, direct people. Kenneth Dunner, thank you so much, because you've been following me on this journey, and I sometimes it helps for other people to tell other people that he's definitely aware of his situation and reaching out for assistance all the time, and people are helping. But I'm also in a spot where I don't even want to go. I don't even want to say it, because I don't want to bring negative energy into my world right now, because I'm cleaning everything out, and I'm getting rid of all the negativity, any doubts, all that stuff. And I'm just going to focus on right now. It's already better. It's already better. Thank you, Melissa. And I'm so sorry about that. We've gone sideways into a very dark subject, but a subject that needed to be broached.
But you got to think what you even going there. A lot of people going through stuff like that, and they need examples. They need somebody they can relate to, and that's the purpose when you do your podcast and you go out and talk to people. When you doing stuff like parent talks for the children to live with autism, that's needed in the world. People need support. Bill, people need support. So What you're doing is awesome. You got to keep doing it.
I appreciate that, and I need that validation, and it's super funny. It's not funny, but it just so happened that I had this collaboration with Aaron last week, and you like people's work, right? Like, you might like my work, but then to do a collab with me, you're like, oh my God, this is so much even different than I thought it would be, because I have someone else to like bounce ideas off of and, throw things in. So having a collaboration when you're sitting at a home by yourself talking to two dogs gave me a purpose throughout that week. Does it make sense? So I wasn't just building mine. I was like kind of creating this collaborative type of combined merging of two brands, and being respectful of how to represent his while at the same time not losing mine. And that's how I got connected to Melissa. And that's how the autism talk began. And that's how you got on my show today.
And I believe in the universe, and that's how the universe works. So we're going to give it credit. And I want to say, Melissa is saying, yes, doing the work is hard and not always clean, and not always a clean experience. Growth is messy sometimes. It is. Growth is so messy sometimes. You know why? Because we got to look at ourselves in the mirror, and we got to smack some sense into ourselves sometimes, right?
Yep.
You got to have those talks with yourself. Yes, Melissa.
Oh, thank you.
Flavor.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dunner. I appreciate that. And he's been following me and supporting me ever since I started. And I love Kenneth Dunner. He's a great guy. So we actually had established a men's group where we would go after one of our big shows, and then the guys would just sit and talk. And we would talk about the fact that why don't we deal with emotions better? What challenges do we have? Things that men can only help each other with, just like women. Women have women's groups. Men tend to be like loners and not want to talk about it. And it kind of helped me get through too. So
you got to trust the people that you open up to. Like I said, you just listen, man. Some people, you got to be careful, man. Some people want your information so they could go run and tell it to other people. Some people try to find your weaknesses so they can stay on top of you. You gotta trust your circle.
I do.
That's good.
I do.
It's easy for me to open up and be, I like to call it vulnerable. All that other stuff is, emotional. I could be vulnerable with the people I know 100% want to see me win. Everything else is, so.
Let's just, I want to change the vocabulary too. Let's say, and I've learned this, let's say open instead of vulnerable, because vulnerable means that you're in danger. You don't have to be in danger to be open.
Mm-hmm.
So just
that's what I meant about. That's what I meant about. Not trusting. When you can't just go around, just talking, telling everybody your business.
Right.
But yeah, being open to somebody that I trust. Yeah.
All right. So can I do a shout out for a second? So Peter is someone who is in that men's circle, and Peter came on my podcast and we did mock interviews because he is a recruiter. He was unemployed for the duration of our friendship, and just last week or 2 weeks ago, he is now gainfully employed, and I'm so happy for him. And I want everyone out there to know.
Congratulations, Peter, because we know that the job market is hard out there, especially when you're educated, you went to do the work to get your professional development, and you deserve to get paid what you want. So I hope that you're happy in your new position.
I hope. I'm sure he is. And that's what I want to make sure that I want everyone to recognize what we just did, and I'm going to say we. And I don't know if it's just in us how we were raised, but I just told you guys that someone you don't know got a job, and we all clapped. We all clapped for him as if it was for us. And I believe in that. I believe you celebrate everybody else's wins. You don't compare yourself. You just honor, respect, and understand that you're in your own lane. And because you're in your own lane, you can applaud others because you're not comparing yourself to the people in that are running their own race. Thank you, Peter. Good to know.
Congratulations.
All right. So we've been all over the place. We covered multiple topics. Phoebe, what's one thing that you came on today to talk about that you feel like you haven't had enough time to talk about?
Well, I was just coming in spontaneously. I really enjoyed this talk and listening to you guys and answering the questions. And I hope you welcome me back.
We've already producing a show around you.
Okay.
Now you got that plan.
I'm saying besides that one.
Oh, no. What's going to happen is, so the next steps are on you. I am on Substack at William Rochelle. Connect with me right now. You'll see that I go live all the time.
Okay.
If I go live on there and it's just me, just pop on.
Okay.
Because I go live, and sometimes it's a thought of the day. Sometimes it's, hey, I just walked up here, I'm sitting at the marina, and just pop in on those. And every time they come up, you are always welcome to come up. I would, listen to the subject, and just, always welcome. I would never decline it.
I do want to say a prayer to the mom that was here in Chicago, that a lot of kids, like 5th, 6th, 8th graders, jumped on her and her 2 children. Mm-hmm. That was a topic that we didn't really get to talk about, but I just want to send a prayer out to her and just tell the parents out there. I know it's hard out here if you are a single parent or good parents and your children are out in the street. Make sure you discipline your children because it's dangerous out here. anything could have happened to those kids. Like they jumped that mom.
So
it turns out different.
Would you? So I know about the story. I haven't watched it. So do you want to go into the details so that people understand why you're praying for it?
So a video went viral of some students attacking a mother and her 2 children walking home from school. And the story is that these children have been bullying her son at the school, and overall, I feel like the school system failed her and her family, and those parents failed their children. And just one day, she was walking home, picking her 2 kids up from school, and they jumped her and her kids, and it was just horrible. And it went viral. And
how old were the kids? And yeah, how old were the kids? They were young, right?
Yeah, they were young, elementary students. So yeah,
so
this is
why are we in a place where an 11-year-old, I would never even thought about talking back to somebody's parent when I was growing up, let alone jumping her
with children. It was horrible. It was bad, and I'm the student that did it. Of course, I'm not giving them excuses, but of course they need discipline. But however, it's something that they're missing, that they thought that was okay to do that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Not that it matters, but was it a black on black?
Yeah.
Crime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it was. And then I seen the principal talk about it. I think she was a retired principal. She went viral. She was like, I didn't have that with my school, with my students. Even though I had less resources and things like that, I made sure that the students respect me, parents, and their teachers. So that's what's missing. We talked about that quite a bit on the show today. Respect, right, Phil?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So.
So you guys did another show?
There's a lot of violence out there, though, for these youngsters. Some of them getting abused in the house. So they come out and see, it's another subject, because Bill, me and you dealt with that. That's why I became so violent, because certain things happening between me and my older brother. So I said, well, if I'm so you see what I'm saying?
So abuse is actually a learned behavior. Yeah. So I really believe that. I watched my father and my mother, and so I saw how my father dealt with negative. And so when it came to my brother, I think I dealt with it the only way I knew how, which is to hit him.
Right.
And so what I would do is
going out in the streets and do that same behavior. Yeah, it's a learned behavior, right?
And then I felt a whole lot better.
Okay, so now let's take this full circle, gentlemen. We just talked about that SEL and emotions and things like that. How do you deal with that when you're at that moment? So you can, 1, I'm self-aware that I'm angry and I'm about to go into rage. 2, let me go count to 10. 3, now I'm able to talk. So that's what, if they go on my website, that you've been so lovely to keep sharing. I love that. Thank you so much. They'll learn those things. I mean, even in adulthood, because some people are still in that stage where they have not done the work. And if they take one coaching class, like even you did, and said, okay, I can make a change of this right here, right? So those young kids, they have some time now where they can get some help, where they don't do that again. And you have someone here named Tom giving you a question, Bill.
You do it.
Okay, respect your elders and your neighbor. It is easy to be kind, harder to be an ass, and uses too much energy. Takes little energy to be kind. I agree with you.
I agree with that. 100%.
Oh my gosh, Tom! I swear to you, Tom, I love my neighbors. Like I got some great neighbors. Although we barely see each other, but it only takes a second to say hi and smile. You're gonna get a smile right back.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
It was actually more fun than I actually thought it was going to be. What else, Phil? Oh, did you guys do a show before this?
No, me and Phil just always talk when the family get together, when we get the opportunity, we talk and hang out and have a good time. And he saw us doing like the same thing, kind of like having something in common. And he was like, you know what? I think this will work. Come on the show with me and my brother. Phil, you don't want to produce, but you did produce this one.
I know.
Yeah, that's because I thought it was going to be, that's because I knew it was going to be what it was.
Yeah.
So,
and my time is valuable.
Can I ask you a question? What type of lighting are you using? Because you look really, really great. Like the colors are popping, your skin looks good. Do you have a filter on? I look washed out. No, Philip.
Right, because he look. It's his lighting and his.
I know.
No, it ain't. Hey, no, it ain't. It ain't got nothing to do with the light, baby. It got to do with what I. It got to do with what I eat and think, baby.
Okay.
It got to do with what I eat and think.
Because I always look washed out. No,
you don't. Y'all look great. I'm just hanging out, chilling. I heard you guys earlier talking about your the leftover food. I ate my last leftover. It's always good that leftover when the tastes are all seasoned in.
Yeah.
So now I'm over it.
I am too. So as we close, I want to make sure that we get a message. One thing that you want to say to the world right now. What is it, Phoebe?
Spread some love. My slogan is all love over here. So if you come over here near me, you're going to get nothing but love. So just spread some love today. Even if it's to an angry person at a counter, watch you change their day.
Watch their what?
Watch you change their day. By
being kind.
Yep.
Yes. I 100% agree with that. Let's see. Mr. Phil, the producer, did a great job. Okay. Philip, one thing that you'd like to leave out there to the world, a statement that makes.
Just watch the company you keep. Everybody ain't for you.
Absolutely. How are you doing, Phoebe, as far as your growth? Like, where are you at with your show?
Where I'm at with my show, Spontaneous Hoes About Feedback, I'm in season 2. And this season I'm doing a lot of on the couch interviews, and that's like been coming in a universe. I put it on my vision board, and so the interview's been coming. So my last episode that we filmed, which will be dropping next week, was with me, OG Mr. Rick. Go check it out.
Okay, all right. What I want to do with mine is to always have different guests. My preference would be, to have maybe the same guest come on twice a year. But I don't want it to always be rotating the same people. And that's why I changed Cousin Talk up, because it was only me, you, Bill Scott, CJ, and Tony. So bringing Ryan and Reese gave it a new flavor, it gave a different feel. And then I forget things, and it's just really bothering me because I'm getting old. What was I talking about?
Changing up your show. You're switching up your show. Different guests.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that it is always fresh, that the guests are always different. If you've been on somebody else's podcast or whatever in the past 2 months, unless you're doing like a book tour or something, I'd prefer that we're not in, basically cannibalism. We're all feeding the same people, right? I want to always look for new people. If you come across someone that is super great, that you think that I should talk to, send them my way.
I definitely will.
I will do the same thing for you. Yep. So if I meet somebody that's really great, I'm like, oh, you do really great for Phoebe's show, because number one, it's pre-recorded, it's not live. Do you do a lot of editing after your shows?
I have a team. Yeah, do my edit. I go and film. You
have a team.
Small but mighty team.
Go ahead, congratulations.
Mighty, thank you.
Have you started monetizing this yet?
On the verge to doing that. Right now, right now we're just putting it out there.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. We're in the same spot. So you know what? We'll just combine those things. I'll share you with my network. That's how things go viral.
Yeah.
All right.
I enjoyed this time with you guys. This was fun. I love Brother Talk.
Thank you. So there's Cousin Talk on one Saturday and then Brother Talk on the next. So they're every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I want Phil to produce the next Cousin Talk because he did such a great job with this one. And
yes. He's talking about no. Yes, you will.
No, my brother. No, I don't mess with everybody in my family. Like I said, my time is valuable. Hey, hold on. While y'all laughing, I done already told you my time is valuable. I knew this show would be a home run. I'm only scheduling something that I know is a W. I mean, listen, I gotta watch my energy. I gotta protect my energy.
Hey, I agree with you. I agree when it comes to energy and stuff, especially like Bill was saying, he trying to get out of a chaotic moment, and you don't need nobody to be in your ear negative with that shoulda, woulda, coulda. You don't need none of that. And I don't like when people even do that. You shoulda this, you shoulda that, but they don't stand by and help you do nothing. No, we don't want to hear that.
Ain't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can't say nothing to uplift you.
Right.
It's just gonna be a flat line.
Yeah, we're gonna stay away from. That's okay. You asked for that last show. Phil said, watch the company you keep. Stay away from that negative energy.
Yeah, I 100%. I 100% do, and especially in this moment because I'm like a tinderbox. If it makes sense, you don't know what's going to start the fire. And so other people's energy when it's negative. When they say, well, what have you done for me lately? I'm like, I gotta go. I can't because I am forwarding everybody's stuff. I am supporting everybody's stuff and I'm trying to grow my own stuff. And if I didn't see your post or repost it, I don't have time to go over why I didn't do it. I didn't see it. So if you want me to repost it, tell me, but why are you mad?
Right.
Why are you mad at me? I did nothing. I'm just out here doing my own thing, trying to keep my head above water and not lose my mind simultaneously.
And you in a group of a lot of people that's like that, but you got to just stay positive. Go do your self-awareness check. And I know you're not gonna get on a dance floor and dance, but go do what you do to make you happy. You know what I'm saying?
Cleaning this house, like really, I'm telling you. It has. I'm proud of it.
Right. And who's your favorite artist right now? What music are you listening to?
Okay, so if you don't know this, and this proves, guys, that she really doesn't know me, but we are related. No, we are family in-laws. So, Philip is my brother. His wife is Phoebe's cousin. So we're cousin-in-laws.
Yep.
I think.
You're right.
Okay. So this is our family dynamic. You got one who kind of washes out in the back. You have one who has a spiritual glow in the middle. And you have one who looks like a beautiful, beautiful Black woman who is standing up for everything. And we are all Black. And so why do we have this self-hate? Depending, we're all the same. We're all the same. And it's
kind of like what you said earlier, Bill. That's the narrative that's being pushed out, but it is a such thing as Black love.
Yes,
there is.
And it is a such thing as Black excellence, but nobody
don't talk about it.
No, they're not going to. So listen, that's what makes you and Phoebe so powerful for the 5th time.
Me and Phoebe got this. Okay, we got it.
Y'all got it because y'all pushing Black excellence.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that. But he's going to answer my question. I wanted to know what music he's listening to. Give us a good song that everybody can listen to. I got one if you don't.
No, so right now I'm listening to my own music.
Okay, nice.
Because I've been writing and producing a lot of music. So if you go down to my YouTube channel and I use Suno, You know, it is, you know, it's a digital music producer, but you know, I write the lyrics, I put the things in. It's my energy that's poured into the songs. It's the beats that I want. Brother Talk, the one that just played, that was one of mine.
Oh, that was nice. I like that.
Yeah. So that was one of mine. I pulled it from the vault, and it was. So there's two songs that feel influenced. One is the Reese and Ryan theme song. So now I'm like releasing them with names, right? I used to just have Phil. So I took that one and made it the Reese and Ryan, and then this one I wrote for my brothers specifically, and that's why
nice.
You know,
I like
Philip
it.
And Justin. You know,
fire.
we are one.
Yeah, it was nice. I like that. So that's what you're doing to ground yourself, being creative.
Yeah. Well, to ground myself, and also my podcast, because what that means, and I'm glad I did it, because when I was falling apart, Phil was calling me going, "What's going on with you? You're not looking right."
Right.
And so I thought I looked fine, but you're talking about someone who had been drinking for 4 days. Phoebe was very forgetful. Took him 10 minutes to rhyme.
To remember your question about the music, but that's because he's going through his chaotic stuff. But he gonna get himself back together.
So if you were to ask me what music I listen to, I've always been a major Janet Jackson fan. I've never given that up.
You know, you're not supposed to.
Never.
You're not supposed to. Right now, I've been listening to Carmichael Music Lover. Nice.
Who's that?
Go on YouTube and look him up. His music is real nice and positive, and that was basically going to be my message. Go get you some good positive music, even if it's some jazz or whatever you just love that make you feel good, and do something for 30 minutes to ground yourself. Because I really like that question, like how are people grounding themselves in these hard times right now? You know what I mean?
Can you see it? You see this?
Yeah, I can see it. It say, Bill, would you be a good politician?
No, you said Bill would be a good politician, not answering questions.
Yeah.
He's very forgetful, or pretends to be. Okay. So with that, we are going to close out. This has been a great session. If you guys have 3 minutes, we can play the outro and then come back. You guys good with that? So I'm gonna take you guys off the stage because my stage is new, so I want everyone to see it, and then I'm gonna play the outro. Bye guys, thank you very much.
No brother left behind. No, 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 born in the heat, raised in the grind, different mind, same bloodline. We talk loud, stand tall, make noise. Build this bar, no fake boys. Go right through the rain, still got your back, same last name. When I